Okay, I just thought I'd get all of you here together backstage so we can prepare for our audio and our lighting tech rehearsal. I don't want to bring the band on right away because I don't want to waste their time with a lot of needless things in our schedule that will interfere with their schedule. So let's have a good one. Let's get out there on stage and let's start smashing it, will we? All right, we got all of our equipment over here. So I want all the equipment just in the exact same place that we're going to have it before we go on stage. I want everything in its place, all proper. I want all the lighting and everything all set up first. We have a lot of this, all of the scaffolding all over the place. So I want all the scaffolding taken down, reconstructed so that we can construct what we are actually going to perform in front of for the performance. So let's get all of this stuff all organized and I'll meet you back here in a few. Okay, now this other area over here, this is on the other side of the stage and we've got some of these pieces of equipment over here. They have to be unloaded. You can't leave them here. You have to take them out of there, drag them further backstage and all the site. Over here, we have some more equipment that has to be moved. All of this stuff back here, all of this stuff back here has to be cleaned out. Yeah, this isn't going to do piled up like this. It's too unorganized, so all of this has to be moved way over there. So we have to clean the slate on the whole floor over here and start from scratch so that we can start building our scaffolding and bring all the other audio and visual equipment and all the instruments, put everything in order here so that we can have a very clean, neat and crisp performance. This is our first lighting set right here. I want the music to start out with the cymbals, and I want it to start out with the tune that they start on the hi-hats on the drum kit over here, all right? We're going to start with these stationary lights here beaming down onto the stage. These lights stay on. Do you have that, Frankie? Do you copy that? Okay. I want all these lights to stay on. I want the same color. I want the same color in the gels. I don't want them to change at all. And let's start the music. That sounds good. That sounds good. This is going to be the beginning of the show. All right. This is our second setup right here for the second song in this set. I want all the gels to be white. I want them spread out just like this on both sides. I want them to continue to shine down to the stage just like we had in our previous setup for the orange gels. A little bit of smoke comes in from each side. It's going to be a nice effect. You have that, Frankie? Okay. Okay. Set the preset for the sound and for the lighting and for the smoke machines on either side of the stage. That sounds good, Frankie. That sounds good. Keep the lighting the way it is. Okay, Frankie, put the music. Okay, this next song is going to be a little bit slower, so this is why I want all the gels to be blue with our fog machine and smoke coming from off stage in either directions. I don't want any of the lights one after another. I want them spaced just like the way they are. I don't want to see them all in a row because it's too much. This is a more subdued song, and it warrants having a little bit of a more subdued atmosphere with the fog and the smoke and everything coming in, and a little bit less of the lights overhead to kind of create kind of a slow-paced atmosphere. So Frankie, you want to start the music so we can see how the music coordinates with all the lighting here? Yeah, thanks, mate. Here it goes, Frankie. Maybe bring the audio up maybe about half a level. Okay, this would be the point where we would bring in more fog on either side of the stage. Okay, Frankie, cut the music. Thanks, bud. Okay, this next song is going to set up an atmosphere of a more driving rhythm with the drums and a more rock and roll sounding song. So this is why I have the lights going all overhead and down the sides like this. Little bit of fog and mist in the background. The band's going to be dead center over here playing the drums and the guitars and all those things. So it's a driving rhythm, and I wanted the atmosphere to be more or less devoid of color, just black and white, just the blackness of the background and the white of all the surrounding lights. And this time I did want each of the lights very close together to kind of give that driving rhythm, rock and roll kind of atmosphere. So Frankie, if you put the track on, we'll see how that coordinates with the lighting. Okay, Frankie, put the audio maybe down a half a level. Okay, Frankie, put the audio and we'll go to our next lighting setup. Now for the next song, it's more of a kind of a subtle driving rock and roll rhythm. So I wanted the set to be a little bit more subdued again. I wanted to cut most of the lights and to kind of spread the lights out onto either side of the stage. I don't want them directly down. I don't want a bright white light. I want subdued blue and magenta colors to kind of create the atmosphere of rock and roll, but not necessarily that driving rhythm. So most of the stage is dark. There's no fog or fog machines or anything bringing in that smoke from either sides of the stage. The stage is mostly bare. The band is in the middle here where the magenta color is. And let's try this, Frankie, and let's see how this goes with the set and the lighting, okay? Okay, cue the music there, Frankie. Frankie, put the audio level up a notch, would you please? And by the way, I want the lighting to stay just the way it is. I don't want it to fluctuate any. I just want a constant bluish light to shine down on the stage. Okay, Frankie, that's good enough. Cut the music. Thank you, Blake. Now for this next song, I wanted kind of a psychedelic effect on the stage here. Kind of a mixture of lights, kind of a black and sort of like a dark purple to create a subtle rock and roll atmosphere. Not completely subtle, but a little bit of mystery to it. Not so much fog coming from either side of the stage, but I want the fog to originate from the back of the stage so that it kind of envelopes the band and kind of floats over them as they play the different sections of the song. The lights, I've got a lot of lights, a lot of rows of lights up above, and the ones in the back will be shining at an angle to either side of the stage here. I don't want the bright lights to be right on the audience. I want all these lights here to kind of draw the audience's attention into the stage and into the band. I don't want the audience to be blinded by any lights that are like overhead shining right on in their eyes, you know. So all the lights, the blackness of the background, the deep purple of the lights, the mixture of kind of white lights in with a little bit of the pink or maybe light magenta lights kind of creates this psychedelic atmosphere. So I want each of these lights here to come in a little bit at a time. First, I want the back of the lights here to come on first, to shine at an angle to either side of the stage. Then once those lights are on, I want the lights up above, directly up above, not, like I said, not to shine in the audience's face, but shine straight down to draw in the audience's attention, okay? Okay, Frankie, cue the music for this set. Thanks. Okay, Frankie, bring the audio level up just a tad. And Frankie, just bring the light level of very first row lights down a bit. Perfect, perfect. Okay, leave everything preset that way. Let's move on to. Okay, this next song is sort of a rock and roll driving rhythm in between subtlety and a little bit more of a harder rock and roll. So I want the song to speak for itself, and I want the stage to be lighted with as less distraction as possible. I don't want a lot of fancy lights flashing here and there. I just want these sort of cone color lights with the rays of subtle blue light shining down, with all of the white lights in the back kind of reinforcing the band's presence. So that'll kind of draw the audience's attention into the sort of combination of the subtlety and the hardness of the rock and roll. So I want the lights to really be heavy like this and create like a heavy atmosphere, like they are drawing the audience's attention from up above right down to the driving rhythm of the band. Okay, now Frankie, I want you to cue the music right now. Let's try it out, see how it is. If it doesn't work, we can always switch to a different set and a different lighting scheme. Okay, so cue the music, Frankie. Frankie, bring the audio level up just a tad, will you please? And Frankie, maybe make the light level maybe just a little bit more, not too much, just a little bit more, just a little more subtle of a level. Great, Frankie, thanks. Okay. All right, now let's try some of the other lighting setups to see if maybe some of them would maybe work better than the ones that we have now, okay? Frankie, cue lighting description. I think it's 1, isn't it, Frankie? Yeah, start with lighting 1 and then go to lighting 2. Thanks, bloke. Yeah, Frankie, I don't like that one. There's too much color, there's too much lighting. Switch to number 2 now. Now, that's not going to work for me either, Frankie. There's too much darkness on either side of the stage. There's too much bright light down in the center. I think it would kind of drown the band out. It's too white, and people wouldn't be able to see the band clearly. It's too bright, and the audience wouldn't want to look at it. They'd probably put all their arms and hands up in front of their eyes because it was too bright. We'd probably have to give them old sunglasses, you know, and they'd never see anything. Shut down the lighting cues and save them and the audio in all the presets so that we're all set to rock and roll when the time comes for the show tomorrow night. Okay, thanks, Frankie. Okay, everyone, I think we did a pretty bang-up job today with all the audio and the lighting cues, and we have all the presets all saved so that we're ready to rock and roll in the show tomorrow. I'm glad to see everybody's got everything organized. I'm glad you have all the guitars and everything all lined up here. Drum kits are on their way and ready to go to be put in place on the stage. All the amps and all the speakers, they're on their way. The band is just getting into the hotel right now, so they'll be all ready to go. All you roadies, you're doing a bang up job with getting all of this equipment and everything hauled out of the trucks and up the ramps and into the backstage area. Just make sure that we have enough security so that we have 24-hour surveillance over everything, so nothing goes wrong and everything goes smoothly by the time of the show. All right, everyone, tomorrow night, let's break a leg and let's do this and rock and roll.